I'm
Hi.
Chantal.
I'm Susan Scott Shelley.
And we are doing our Introverts Corner we are very introvert.
Introverts in their true habitat, their homes.
Yes. So with COVID-19, and we're still practicing safe distancing, and
Right.
our counties are at yellow, so we need to be at home anyway still, really.
Right.
Decided that we would do Introverts Corner as true introverts and do it via Zoom.
But today we thought we'd do something fun, and it was totally Chantal's idea of pairings. So pairing books with different foods and beverages that either remind us of the stories or are in the stories or just work well in general.
And so today's book, we are doing one of Susan's many books. We are doing Sugar Crush.
I put it up on my phone, if you can see. That is Gabe.
Love Gabe. I love Gabe. I loved Gabe.
I do too.
We had even written a word of him. Like, we would talk about Gabe, and I loved Gabe. So what did you make? And well, first, actually, why don't you tell people a little bit about Sugar Crush, so that then
Sure.
Why we chose the things we chose.
So Sugar Crush is book 1 in the Bliss Bakery series. So it's about a horror novelist, Jack. Let me back up a bit. So if you've read the Bedlam books, it's a spin-off of Buffalo Bedlam series. Leo in that series lives in Philadelphia, like I do. And I set a series there that takes place in a bakery and South Philly and that area. So Jack is Shane's best friend, and Shane's another one of the Brennans you meet in other books. So Jack is a horror novelist, and he's guilted into joining Shane's softball team to fill in for someone. And he's like me, he's not a good softball player at all, but he does it because you help your friends out, right? So he's not expecting to come face to face with the inspiration for his next novel, which he needs to do because it's due in 6 weeks. And that's in the form of Gabriel Spencer, who is on the softball team and is Ryan's best friend. Ryan's another of the Brennans. And Gabe is a bakery assistant. He hates everything scary, but he's got to help Jack out, right? Because, it's what you do. So they're total opposites, night and day, night owl, early riser, horror lover, horror hater. They couldn't be more different. But opposites attract. But are they too different for a happily ever after? So
It's such a great story.
Thank you.
So, because it's Bliss Bakery. It's a bakery. And
right.
I have to say, the whole time, like, I was reading the book, I just wanted a cupcake. Like, it's just like a cupcake while I read this book. There's so many good.
There's a lot of baking in the book.
So good. So we did. So do you want to talk about what you chose to pair, Susan?
Sure. So Jack really likes chocolate, and Jack's, a night owl writer, and he a lot of the time kind of subsists on coffee. And, if you follow me at all, I like coffee. So I combined chocolate and coffee. So I made what is called depression cake. It's also called wacky cake. And it's called that because it doesn't use a lot of ingredients. So it's actually a recipe from the Depression when their ingredients were scarce. So it only calls for like 1.5 cups of flour, but I had 1 cup, so we just put that in. And cocoa powder, and it has 1 cup of water in it, but I put in coffee instead of the water. I'm trying to get a good shot.
Oh, it's so chocolatey.
So I used this really good cocoa powder my mom gave me. It's this Dutch processed something, and it is very, very rich, and it makes very good hot chocolate. But this cake, I don't know if you can tell, this is the darkest chocolate cake I've ever made. Like, it is like Oreo cookie dark.
It
Like,
looks
I've never made chocolate cookies or brownies that have come up this dark before. And I think it's that cocoa. But yeah, so
it
it's very
reminds
easy.
me, I'm sorry, it reminds me of flourless cake, because I feel like flourless cake gets really dark and
Yeah.
chocolatey like that.
Yeah.
It like it has that color. Ooh.
And it's it's just it's like a third of cup of oil. So we'll post the recipes below that we've used. But it's pretty light on ingredients, which is good. And you can, like I did, kind of fudge if you don't have the exact amounts of things. So, but I haven't tried it yet. It's a little crumbly coming out of the pan. So this is the nicest piece I could do. So I did I cut all the squares because I did it into flat dish. And then I plucked the one out of the middle.
Yeah.
Which, like,
Is
now there's a hole in the middle of my cake. So that's what I thought for the food portion of it. So.
And it's so perfect because, again, Jack is, I mean, he's all about like everything sweet. I mean, doesn't he have like a drawer of like
he has
candy?
So he has a candy drawer, but then he has a cookie cabinet.
Oh, I forgot about the cookie cabinet. And the coffee that, I mean, one, that you used coffee instead of water is perfect for you because you
perfect for me. Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you don't know, Susan loves coffee. Like, and when I say love, I mean loves.
I exist on it right here. No,
so and Jack loves coffee too. So
Jack does. And
awesome.
Jack's very. I think a lot of my characters end up drinking it. So it just fits in. Right?
They do. Yeah, because your Bedlam guys.
Rod, my goalie.
Coffee.
He's got coffee on his. Got a coffee cup on his goalie mask.
Yeah.
He's got a cup of coffee in his hand like all the time. So yeah, they're
coffee.
highly caffeinated people, I guess. So, but I'm really excited about your recipe that you made, Chantal.
Well, let's just stop right there. I did not make it. I had nothing to do with it. My 12-year-old, she is a little foodie and loves to bake. I am not a baker. Mr. Mayor is the baker, and our daughter learned to bake from him. Definitely not from me. And she also has like a little food blog she started during quarantine.
I love that.
Oh, I know. OnZPineapple.com. So I said to her, I'm like, can you bake me? Like, and I was thinking I wanted like cupcakes because, like I said, when I read Sugar Crush, I want a cupcake. Like that's like, I just want a cupcake. So I was telling her a little bit about the story. So she decided to make, it is a vanilla cupcake, but because Jack is a horror writer, and so she was thinking kind of surprise, there is a chocolate chip cookie inside the cupcake. So, and then she she made the frosting by like from scratch. I mean, girlfriend is. So I'm gonna hold up the cupcake. Now, one of the things is she was so she wasn't patient enough to let it cool enough. So some of the frosting kind of melted a little bit. But here's the cupcake, and then I'm gonna slice it open so you can see. These are really cool. So I mean, not only did she so she makes the chocolate chip cookie dough and then puts it in. So yeah. So I don't know. Can you see? Look at that.
Oh my goodness! Wow!
Isn't
I can
that
see
awesome?
the chocolate chips. Yes.
Yes. Isn't
it's
that
so
cool?
good?
So so she felt like it was a good little
oh yeah,
horror. So she's like, yeah, it's kind of like a surprise, and yeah. So they're really good. She made these before she and her father had a bake-off at the beginning of quarantine with only ingredients in the house. So she found this recipe, and and did it. This is the second time, and this time I think they turned out better because the cupcake is fluffier. I think she did it a little long last time. So yeah, but isn't that's
really good?
Isn't that neat?
And just that she thought to do that, like I wouldn't have thought of that at her age at all.
No. And so her brother doesn't like cupcakes. So she's very good because she makes extra cookie dough, and then she baked him cookies, so he had something.
Oh, we love that. Oh.
So I don't know about the kid who doesn't like cupcakes. I still am like, what do you mean? He's just like, So yeah, it's really, they're really good. So what did you pair with your, what beverage did you choose with your?
So my beverage is coffee, of course. So I have, it's actually a combination of, I think from drinking so much caffeine, I may be a little sensitive to it now. So it's a mix of caffeine, so decaf, and then, regular coffee. It's a medium roast Colombian blend. It has a richness to it that I think really will pick up the chocolate and coffee in the cake.
Yeah.
So I don't want to tip it. I figured put the coffee with it, and I think they'll play nicely together. So.
Nice. That's fun.
How about you?
So I did, because the other thing that I thought when I was reading Sugar Crush is I would really I really felt like a Sauvignon Blanc, because I love, I love wine. But I love, Sauvignon Blancs are, they have like a sweet tart depending on where they're from, and light, and I don't know, it just reminded me. So I got a Sauvignon Blanc. Yeah, Sauvignon Blanc in a cupcake. And so this is actually one from New Zealand, and so I like the Australian and New Zealand. I like their Sauvignon Blancs a little bit than California ones, because there's more of a passion fruit flavor to it, where California Sauvignon Blancs tend to have a little bit more grapefruit. I just like the flavor. I mean, I'll drink a California Sauvignon Blanc, believe me. But my preference is the New Zealand and Australia, because I like that. I just like that passion fruity.
Nice.
It's a little bit. It has a little bit more of a sweetness than tart.
Okay.
So that was. I mean, it's kind of fun to think about, and I like how, we have different, reading the same book. Well, I mean, you wrote it, so, but we have.
Right. You think of, you'll gravitate toward different recipes, or you'll think about ooh, I want to have this now with this.
Have you tried it? Should we take a bite?
So, trying our stuff.
So of course I'm taking a part that has the frosting. I'll tell you what, my kid can bake.
That's good.
How's yours?
It's good, but it's not terribly sweet.
Oh, really?
And I think it's because I also I cut the sugar in half.
Oh.
And that might be why.
So Sugar Crush, Jack and Gabe are so adorable. And Gabe he's just this big, looks like he should be playing rugby type guy, right?
He does. He played rugby in college. He might find a rec league in Philly. We'll have to see.
Ooh.
Possibly.
And so he's really athletic, whereas, like you said,
Jack will go to the gym, because the Brennan brothers own a gym. So Jack will go there to support Shane, and like I know, like, you know, like a lot of like writers, you know, we're sitting a lot of the day typing away on our computers, and it's not great to like, I'll notice if I'm sitting for a bit, you know, writing, when I get up, I'm like, yeah, that's a little stiff.
Yeah.
I should probably do some yoga stretches. I got to do something here. But yeah, he's not a sports guy. He doesn't know how to play things. It's not really his thing. But so when he gets out there on the field, he doesn't really know the rules. You know, the team helps him out because, you know, he's filling in, he's doing them a favor, but he doesn't really know what he's doing. And that's kind of a direct, straight from the life of the writer experience. Because I played for a little bit and I didn't really know, like, I never knew like where to throw it and like strategy and stuff. And it was too stressful to be fun. So.
But Jack does that too. Jack is like really nervous when he's up batting. And let me tell you, like when Gabe's showing him how to bat and stuff, it's very sexy.
Thank you. That was a fun scene. I liked that. That was fun. And Jack's house of horror memorabilia was a lot of fun too. Yeah, there are a ton of products you can buy. Like I kind of thought like, oh, I just invented this thing where he's got like kitchen towels and like oven mitts that are like horror themed. But no, there's like plenty of, you can get a shower curtain with the psycho thing on it. Like you can definitely deck your house out in gore very easily. So yeah, it was fun designing Jack's house. So.
Yeah. It was fun reading it. And
oh, good.
So this was cool. So we were talking about like maybe doing this and actually seeing if maybe we can get some of our author friends.
Yeah.
That might, like, you know, we can pick a book that they have and do like a pairings with them and maybe chat with them about it.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you know, because I don't know that, you know, we're really going to be able to get out and do much anytime soon.
But this is a great way to be able to like pull in, you know, you and like our buddies around the country, you know, that. So I think it would be a lot of fun. So
yeah, and you know,
so look for more in this series.
Yeah,
so.
We can eat and drink, and it's always a good time.
Wine and books. And that's
Wine
your set.
Oh yeah. I definitely. I mean, wine and anything really for me, but wine and books is number one. What else is going on with Bliss Bakery?
So Bliss Bakery Book 2 is currently in the works, and that is Sebastian from the bakery and Austin from the gym. So Austin is Ryan's other best friend besides Gabe. So their stories in the works as will be out this summer.
They have a little cameo in, you see them in Sugar Crush.
They're in Sugar Crush. Sebastian's there a few times. Austin, you see Austin a few times as well. Their book is fun, and sweet and emotional, and so I think it'll be a good follow up to Sugar Crush.
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
Doesn't have a title yet, but it will.
It will when it comes out. It will
when it comes out. So,
you're good like that, Susan. You are good
that's
like
right.
that.
I always have a title by the time it comes out. Yes. So, well, Chantal helped me plot that book. So it was a collaborative brain effort there. So.
I think that's how a lot of ours are.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We need the third brain. We'll definitely have to do a pairing when it comes out.
Yes. Oh, and a pairing for Chantal, because so Chantal's got a brand new book coming out, like pretty much now, right?
Yeah. Oh, so, yeah. By the time this comes out, yeah, right.
It'll be out, and we're definitely doing pairings of something in the friendship series. So, do you want to give everyone a little preview, a taste of?
Oh, I like what you did. Oh, I see what you did. A taste of. Oh, see, you're good. You're good. Yeah, so it's the second book, like Susan said, in the friendship series. So this is running from friendship, and it's about Ollie and Xander. And Ollie is a jockey, and she her lifelong dream is to be the first woman to win the Triple Crown. There are she gets some like threatening notes, and so her family's not thrilled about that. And
yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, and so Xander happens to be in friendship, and so he ends up he ends up being her bodyguard, kind of begrudgingly at first, I think. And they have this so this is Xander is an empath and he sees auras, which sounds like hokey, but
that's awesome.
He's got a lot going on. So Xander and Ollie kind of, there's this instant connection, yet they both fight it and
they are fighting that. They are. It's so good. Like the tension in this book is like, oh my God. So
well, this book was, Susan knows this book was a challenge for me, but thank God Susan helped. Yeah, so that's out. Yeah, by the time this comes out, that'll be out. And I have to say, like, the cover, I cannot tell you how much I love this cover. And Susan, like, Susan and her husband both totally, like, bailed me out because my cover artist ghosted me. And I was like, I don't know what to do. And Susan's like, oh, yeah, like, I can do it. I'm like, oh, yeah. But then I was like, can you? Will you?
We got this, don't worry. So,
and it's so I love it so much. I can't even. I'm so thrilled with it. And then I'm working on Leon's story. Leon, he was in Returning to Friendship. In the first book, he was Julia's assistant and friend, and so I'm working on his story right now. So so that'll be fun.
I can't wait for that one.
That'll be. Susan and I plotted that.
That was a really good time. Like, I love our plotting sessions. Like, just really, they're like my most favorite thing. So
I know. Yeah. I know. And I think because this Running from Friendship, because like I had that like kind of written or I had a draft of it, but I never had plotted that with you. Like that was before you and I started doing it. Yeah. So I feel like that's part of the reason why it was so hard to write.
It's tough. Like I'll do that. I'll get stuck on things.
Yeah.
I end up needing to talk to you and figure out like character development or plot holes or how to get out of writing myself into a corner. But so
I know, and there's something about like, and this is the cool thing, like with like Susan and I, for whatever reason, we we click and we can. It just works well.
Absolutely.
I don't even know why. It just does. Yeah. It works well.
It does. It's good. It's a good pairing.
It is. Oh, look at you.
That's probably all I have on the pairings. And if you want another taste of Sugar Crush or Returning to Friendship, which is book 1 in Chantal's series, she and I are doing a free admission live author reading with the Free Library of Philadelphia on July 3rd at
7 p.m.
And so we'll also put the link to that below if you'd like to register.
Yeah, we'll read little excerpts.
And there's also a Q&A, but that should be a lot of fun. Excited and looking forward to that. So we hope you can join us then too. Thank you so much for being here and spending some time with us. Yeah. And we'll see you in our next video. Bye.